But Alia,
Yes, sir.
are you listening? Okay, please open that video once we'll take that screenshot. Please open that video, please. Hello, Alia. Hello. 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 Hello.
Yes.
Please open that video, please. Okay. What is that already that which revolt that Pagalpant revolt you discussed about that Pagalpant revolt, and again now you discuss this Maniram Diwan revolt. Already you said that Maniram Diwan was the first Assamese tea planter from northeast. He came from northeast. He started revolt with the help of Piali Baroda against British policies, but they failed. But finally, both arrested and publicly hanged by the British. They only started, and finally that revolt failed. But finally, both arrested, publicly hanged by the British. Next revolt, Polagore revolt. Polagore revolt. This Polagore place was located in Nagaram district. Nagaram district. They were mainly concentrated in central Assam, where they were staying during the British period. They were staying in central Assam only. On 18th October 1861, Pulguri peasants revolted against the repressive agricultural policies about the British government. When that British government introduced various policies, last time we discussed about that Mahalwari, Raitwari, and Jamindari policies, those kind of policies, when British introduced, after that, so many revolts were occurred. From that revolts, Polagar revolt, one of the most important revolt from those revolts. Okay, this revolt, when was happened this revolt? This revolt was happened on 18th October 1861 against the British policies. Okay. Next, Kuki revolt. Kuki revolt. The Kuki tribes are spread all over the northeast India, but they are mainly concentrated in Impal Valley in Manipur. Basically, they spread in northeast India, but mainly they concentrated in Impal Valley, that is that valley located in Manipur. Finally, in the 18th century, they revolted against British in the hills of Chittagong, Where they started revolt? They started revolt in Sitgan, against the British. Their struggle emerged after the Treaty of Yandop in 1826, after the First Anglo-Burmese War. When that struggle emerged, when that British government gave one agreement that is called treaty. That's name is Treaty of Yandop. The treaty occurred in 1826. After the first Burmese War, the treaty was happened. According to the treaty, Assam, Manipur, and other hill areas were got by British. Due to this, Cookies conducted more attacks on British in 1845 and 1851. This is Cookie revolt. And also, again, the Cookies, again, they started revolt against British. This revolt was occurred from 1917 to 1919. This was called Anglo-Cookie War of 1917-1919. Next one, Birsa Munda revolt. The Birsa Munda was a great tribal freedom fighter. Who is that person? Birsa Munda was a great tribal freedom fighter. He came from Bengal presidency. Basically, he carried revolt in various places. Mainly, he concentrated Kunti, Taner, Sarvat, and Bandga. They concentrated in these areas, and after that, he revolted against the British with the help of common people. Once upon a time, the Birsa Mundas, they had rights on their lands before British. Before British, they had rights on their lands. When British introduced exploited policies on them, they lost their rights. Before British, they had various rights and concessions also they had. When that British introduced exploited policies, from that time onwards, they lost their rights. Due to this, Birsa Munda revolted against the British. But Birsa Munda was arrested by British and put in prison. Finally, he died in prison on 19th June 1900. Are you listening, Alia? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That Birsa Munda revolt also completed, and that one Cookie revolt also completed. And next, freedom struggle in Northeast India. You discuss about this point now. The Northeastern states had been involved in the Indian independence movement with great courage since the 19th century. First, before you discuss that, you should learn about this Assam Association. Assam Association. After the suppression of violent peasant revolts, the middle class people formed an association that was called Sarvajnika Sabha. They formed that only middle class people. They formed one organization that is called, they formed one Sabha that is called Sarvajnika Sabha. This Sabha was played an important role under the leadership of Jagannath Bar. He was the leader of the Sarvajnika Sabha. But the death of Jagannath Baru, the society gradually lost their power. At the same time, the middle class people founded another association in 1903, which was called the Assam Association. After that Sabha, these middle class people founded another association. When they was found that association, in 1903, which was called the Assam Association. Okay, this association played an important role in Home Rule movement, Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Khilafat movement, and non-cooperation movement. After that, when that association formed, immediately they participated various movements, especially this association played an important role in Home Rule movement, Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Khilafat movement, and non-cooperation movement. This association announced full support these movements. At the time that various leaders, various important leaders carried this movement, independence movement. That time this association also involved in that movement and carried various, participated in various movements. They disbanded the Assam Association and formed another association in 1921, which was called Assam Provincial Congress. And also, this association formed another association in 1921, which was called Assam Provincial Congress. Under this organization, they were organized various activities during the time of the independence struggle. Under this organization, they were organized various activities, namely boycott of foreign goods and picketings. At the same time, another one lady, she came from Jiliana Grang Nagas, that Naga community. She came from Naga community. She revolted against the British under the leadership of that leadership of a girl named Gaidunlu, Rani Gaidunlu, famous leader from Rangamani Naga tribe. She organized armed revolts against the British authority. However, she was captured by British in 1932 and imprisoned for life. Jawaharlal Nehru gave her the title of Queen. After independence, she was released from prison. After release from prison, the government of India announced her Padma Bhushan Award. Next, Quit India movement. Quit India movement. This movement also this was called August movement. August movement, which was officially launched at Bombay session by the Indian National Congress led by Mahatma Gandhi on 8th August 1942. When Congress declared this movement in 1942, the common people of Assam involved in this movement. During this movement, Jyoti Prasad Agarwal played an important role. Finally, 29 men and women were killed and 50 more injured at police firings. Next, Nagai and Miso movements. Naga movement. The Northeast India was home to many revolts. The Naga rebellion was the first of these. After that, revolts were happened in Manipur and Mizoram. They called for the restoration of the political situation that existed before the British colonial rule. Nagaland is predominantly a tribal state. It is bounded by Myanmar and Arunachal Pradesh in the east, the state of Assam in the west and north, and Manipur in the south. Nagaland is inhabited by 16 major tribes, along with a number of sub-tribes like Yevu, Angami, Chang, Kunyak, Loth, Sumi, Seksazi, Haiman Singh, Khacher, Home, Rangma, Sanktam, Hemeng Singro, Kuki, Seligangtek are the major tribes. Each tribe is distinct in terms of customs and language. The Nagas also fought in 2 world wars in support of British. During the time of the 2 world wars, the Nagas gave good support to British. During the First World War, nearly 2,000 Nagas sent to France to fight in the war. After their return, a group of tribal leaders and civil servants formed a club in 1918, which was called the Naga Club. Alia? Hello, Alia?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Aliyah,
Yes, sir.
this class is over. The time is at that 12:37. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We will meet in next class.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. Thank you. మళ్ళీ